You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello, and welcome again to... Say it, G.
Monster Sci-Fi Show. Jeez, what the fuck? Point at me at least, something.
The cue was there. I don't need to point to you, Gene.
It's sci-fi from a certain point of view.
That's at the end, Gene.
Oh,
Jesus
sorry.
Christ.
You were not doing the outro now? I'm sorry. I don't.
And what email did I use? Oh, whatever.
Monster Sci-Fi Show at gmail.com?
Now you remember that shit.
Well, I'm just starting to drink.
So what was the excuse
Talk
the
to me
other
in
time?
5 minutes.
Right. What's the
happens.
excuse for all the other times?
I'm an idiot.
So as you can hear, the Sons of Morg have returned.
I pooed.
We are going to get the Duras sisters to give us back what they stolen. What's
One
that?
or both?
Our honor. We don't have honor, Gene.
He is a Starfleet engineer who spends less time in Starfleet than engineering.
He doesn't have the heart in it.
Oh, what does that mean? Read the book.
Yeah, read the book. Again, if you get the reference, good on you. If we don't, well, we're not going to explain it because
We've lost all of our
We're
listeners at this point.
I mean,
It's like
honestly,
the Chevy Chase show all over again.
I know, but it's, again, no one's fucking listening. Not even Misha. She quit on us because it's been a while. It's been a hot fucking minute.
Well, a lot of stuff's been going on, but we got vaccinated. Huh?
That was the last time we did, and the audio, which I apologize, sucked as balls. And right now, I have like a menthol lozenge in my throat, so my apologies. But yeah, here we are in your place, finally doing another podcast in person.
Yay!
And we're done, folks. Good night. Oh my god. So again, I'm gonna sound really nasally, like I don't feel like right now. So we're gonna do a couple of tidbit news, but the big three news items we're going to be talking about today. We're gonna do the He-Man trailer drop today, which is the Masters of the Universe revelation. So we'll talk about that and the franchise as well. And the Avengers Campus
Woo!
at Disneyland.
We can't get in because we're not California residents. Yay!
And after watching the videos, I'm like, I can wait. And lastly, we'll talk about Loki, the first episode.
So confusing.
Disney Plus.
But nice to have Thomas Hiddleston back. Many women were there in their bathtubs watching the show.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Or sitting on their washing machines watching the show. There you go. That's better.
I think that's more
That's a better,
appropriate.
that's
Because, water shortage and such. You combine the two with the washing and pleasure things.
I have the power of water. I have the power of air. I have the power of earth. And I have the power of heart.
Calgon.
No, bring us together. We form Captain
I
Planet.
know, but Calgon, because she gets her
Ancient
laundry.
Chinese secret, huh?
That's
Yeah.
how she gets her laundry nice and clean.
So racist. So inappropriate for a commercial in the 70s.
I didn't even do that
Yeah.
stupid joke. Never mind. Yeah, I do apologize that it's been a while. But, if you've been listening to the other podcasts that I've been doing,
You mean the filler stuff?
it's not filler when you're not there. It's still a fucking podcast. But
I'm proud of you. You're doing well.
I've been trying to do the thing that, like the time management, just combining the podcast that I do at work, ish, into a podcast that I would do anyway. Mm-hmm. But since they were there, fuck it, you're going to be part of the podcast. I mean,
what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm shelving books. Come over here. You like Godzilla? You like?
You on a motorcycle. Blues Brothers. You still haven't fucking seen it. God damn it, forget it.
Staring at you like,
I know. I was like, what? Again, the things I find out many years later that you have yet to watch.
I had Asian parents.
No, don't use that shit. I've seen your collection. I've seen the movies that you've seen.
That's soft core. It's not.
Alrighty. Let's just catch up with shit that we haven't been talking about lately. Is that what have we been up to since we last talked? I mean, the last one previous was the road trip, but even then that was, a frog's fart away from what we're doing now. It's been a heartbeat.
Well, I've been cooking and managing my house. Again, it's been a little difficult. I had a bit of a loss, but I'm did my whole drinking, crying thing, and grieving, and I'm okay. Just got to get back up on that horse.
That's all we got to do. Anything that's been catching your eye aside from the stuff that we're going to be talking about today?
Yeah, Queen's Gambit, excellent.
Okay,
been out for months.
Yeah, exactly. We're a little late to the game.
But still, number 4.
Yeah, after all these months.
I don't know what else has been good. Superman and Lois.
Okay. I have not seen the new episodes yet, but...
What episodes you want? What was the last you...
When the Supergirl came back, so whatever point they were at, I think it's like 3 or 4 episodes
Supergirl came back?
Gene, when Superman and Lois aired, they did like 4 episodes or so. They went on the hiatus. Supergirl came in, did her run, and now Superman and Lois are back again.
Oh, I just watched one show. Just don't watch the Supergirl thing.
No, I'm not talking about Supergirl. We're talking about Superman and Lois.
Uh-huh.
You already seen the first couple episodes, right?
The first 8, yeah.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm saying that there was a break in the scene.
Oh, yeah. There was a break in the
that's-
season right there.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. That's where they ended before they came back. That's where I am.
All right.
So you're ahead of the game with me in that sense.
Please, Lois, eat a sandwich. Just eat something.
Oh, my God. Leave her alone. Don't body shame Lois.
I'm not bodies. You're great. You're doing amazing. You're supportive. You understand it. He's Superman. Your kids are great, but just...
Stop it.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But I will say I'm pleasantly surprised how well that show feels. Right off the beginning, I didn't think that it would work with another Superman, with let alone Lois knowing the identity of who Clark is. On top of that, having 2 fucking kids. I didn't think that would ever work.
But it flows.
Yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of the CW shows... I've not seen the new season of The Flash. I went through Supergirl, and I'm like, all this shit is fucking boring as hell because she's stuck in a phantom zone and everyone else is trying to get her out. And I'm like, I'm sorry. This is the last season, and it needs to be kind of pulled a lot quicker. Like, plug it out. It's done.
You had something on the show notes about Batwing?
Okay,
on
so,
Batwoman? I was like,
right.
I don't watch any of the shows, but I clicked on that. I was like, what is
Right.
this?
So Luke Fox is on the show since day one.
Luke Fox is the son of Lucius Fox, I'm guessing?
Right. So his character is now going to be Batwing, which, in fairness, I have no problems. The costume is fine for a CW show. It maybe make me want to go back and watch and finish season 1 of Batgirl.
With the Ruby Rose and then?
With Ruby
Then
Rose.
there's a change? And I'll
then
come back
go-
if you want.
Yeah, and then continue on with season 2, just because of what they're doing with now introducing another character. That to me, I think that's exciting.
All right.
Unfortunately, on that note, Black Lightning is done. So after 4 seasons, that's now complete. It didn't do much other than that 1 or 2 episodes for the crossover last
He was
season.
a crisis.
And I'm like, we got you this chair. And I'm like, why? Because he's not coming back. So take off the sticker and give it to someone else, which doesn't make a difference because the show's done. So, but again, that's another show I need to get back into. Legends of Tomorrow can just fuck off and die because It completely went off the rails. I think not so much after Rory, and I forgot the guy's name from Doctor Who, because he was the lead.
All right, Arthur Darvill, right.
That character. When he was off the show, I'm like, fine, we'll give it to White Canary. She'll be the new captain. I'm like, fine, I'm cool with that.
Is there still that Arrow spinoff show going on? Wasn't there going to be an Arrow spinoff show with? I don't know.
Oh, the Green Arrow and the Canaries, which was the daughter of our queen and the two black canaries. No.
Okay.
They're not going forward
Didn't
with
get
that.
off the ground.
No, they're not doing that. Another show that is not going forward but is going to be redone is the Powerpuff Girls.
In live action.
The live action one was kind of going forward, and they didn't like it. So they're going to say, do it again. But this time, do it better.
Do the pilot again.
Yeah. So they're going to get the Star Trek treatment, in which, the Cage episode was too cerebral. I can imagine how bad the Powerpuff Girls episode was.
Again, it's an experiment. It's an idea.
Yeah.
It's got some fan following. Let's see if you can do it.
So, speaking about cancellations.
Talk.
Jupiter's Legacy.
Oh,
that
so heartbreaking. It pulled me in. It grabbed my heart. It had me. It was like a live action Invincible, which is an awesome show on Amazon Prime.
Which if you listen to the past podcast, we talked about that. But what I love about this show is the code. The code is a thing that is a thread through a lot of other shows that no one actually mentions, but is so integral to their storyline. I was in 100% because I'm like, yeah, that shit was great when you first started, but today's generation, fucking criminals don't give a fuck. So what are you going to do?
It was a live action re-representation of Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
It was building up to that.
And they did that fucking one shot where he's pulling the tractor and he's got the hair, the ponytail. I'm like, it's fucking amazing. I really fucking love Jupiter's Legacy, but I'm like...
And the ratings were good, but it's too expensive.
$200 million for, 8 episodes? Or
compared to like $80 million. It's like,
I mean, Queen Gambit is still, like you said, he's number fucking 4, and that's like a quarter. Yeah. And it's a quarter of what it costs to make, Jupiter's Legacy. But I think, unfortunately, because you had Invincible, you had The Boys, you have Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and you had WandaVision, I'm like, and all the fucking CW shows, it was just like, unless it was a gangbuster, which it really didn't do that. It was number 1 when it first came out, stayed in the top 10 for a couple of weeks.
As most Netflix shows do with big budgets.
But after that,
Thunder Force was there for a while. And I understand that's a Falcone film. It's Melissa McCarthy. It's not great.
Right.
But
anything that she and her husband do, fucking are awful. But it somehow made it to the top 10 and whatever.
I haven't watched it.
No.
I might get drunk enough to watch it soon. I don't know.
You might as well just say, just put on fucking Cats, and I'll watch that than fucking Thunder Force. I don't want to see Cat's ass. In between the podcast that Gina and I are doing right now, I've been doing stuff at the library, which we have a Geek Out kind of a podcast, which we do weekly. We are going to be talking about Jupiter's Legacy down the road. But now we're having kind of permission to do in-house programming. So I don't know how this is going to go forward. I still want to do Zoom because a lot of people still don't feel comfortable going out, let alone do stuff on a weekly basis. So Zoom, I think, is still a viable option.
It's what's the way the future's going to go. I think you should just keep it on Zoom and then just hook up your patrons on their own computers if you can. It's a weird thing, but even here in Florida, we're in Florida with Madman DeSantis, and and yet I go to Target. There's no signs about wearing masks, but a majority of the people
still wear it.
Not you, but we're still wearing masks.
Yeah,
you're like, fuck you all. I won't do this.
Yeah, so if you see my Instagram, you'll see a picture of my laptop and my mask right on my keyboard because I'm fucking done with this, you know?
I'm fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And it's like we're still behind the plexiglass anyway. When we have certain situations, we're behind our desk at circulation, so we're still
It's like a sneeze guard for the salad bar. Congratulations.
just don't do the reach around. And so I still want to do things like this, but it's going to be a weird mix to kind of still manage that. But hopefully you and I will get to do this a lot more often.
Black Widow in July.
That's what we're fucking planning on because that's getting excited because we're not going to watch this on TV.
We should do The Quiet Place too, but I don't have an interest in that.
No, because you're chicken shit.
Well,
Yeah. You're not going to... Look, I'm pretty sure that it's more suspenseful than it is gore. If you look at the first one, it's not. The fact that you can hear a pin drop, because it is, the whole point is that there is no noise.
Mm-hmm.
So everything else is heightened up. That's the main focus. Here, it's just the beginnings of how that all happened.
so the Free Guy trailer also dropped today, but I don't think you caught that.
I did.
But it's interesting. That's going to be the first Disney release just in theaters.
Right.
We can't do that with Black Widow.
but
We're
it's
not doing that with
after-
Jungle Cruise.
Right, I was going to... It was after Jungle Cruise. Yeah.
Right, Jungle Cruise and Black Widow. Give us $30?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go to the theater, thanks.
Yeah. Although, on that note, Cruella did well enough that it's supposed to be going to get a sequel. But I'll wait to watch it on TV.
It's sad. We got burned by Moana, which wasn't that great.
You're right. I waited on Raya.
Yeah, and I've seen it. I
You
love
saw
it.
it, yeah.
But I'm like, wow, it's 20 minutes in. They're fighting with swords, but okay, and they're kids. But okay, I guess.
Look, if they can allow Captain America, the fake one, kill someone with the blood on the shield, and it's a Disney Plus show, I mean, everything's off the table.
I know. I really enjoyed Raya. I find it interesting. It's not a musical, which you'll be happy with. It's very
Doing a
action oriented.
sequel,
Oh my
the
god!
Muppets tonight. The Muppets tonight.
Yeah, you're number one.
Spacebar. Number 2.
Yeah. No, I did that wrong. That's right.
So as you were saying about Raya.
It's great.
Yeah.
Aquafina is. It's like, are they really doing Aladdin again in a weird way? Aquafina's not Robin Williams, but it's perfectly well.
Yeah.
And it's a Guardians of the Galaxy mix.
Right.
They're blatantly just taking things, but it's very exciting. It's not dull. It's very lean, and it moves. And you're like, yeah, all right, like this.
Okay. But Cruella, you're going to watch on TV or...
A friend of mine watched it, loved it, liked it better than Maleficent,
Okay.
and she hasn't seen Maleficent the sequel. I'm like, why'd you want? Because I don't want that. But she was like, gee, can we get Cruella? I'm like, it's $30. No.
Which, yeah, it still balances out cheaper if you go to the movies.
That's the thing. I miss the movie theater, and I want to support my local businesses.
Right.
And they've been down for a while. I want to help them recover. I mean, if I could get more people together in a random room, let's rent the theater. Mm-hmm. Not a bad idea.
Yeah. Or just go like I did when I went to see Tenet. I was all by myself because no one was doing this. You do the first show in the morning. No one's going to come out there.
And it was the first movie that we watched together for like this past year, I
That was
think.
New Mutants.
Ow.
Which is on HBO Max.
I know. I watched it again recently.
And I'm like, should I buy it? Even if it was $9.99, I'm like, no.
But again, Magic
yeah,
is.
I know
Queen's Gambit.
you was selling me hard on her. And
I
I'm
thought you would like that.
I know, but I'm like, okay.
She'll get another action figure in a little while. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It'll be better.
And again, I saw her on SNL. I thought she was fucking
Fine.
great.
Yeah.
And then you're selling me again on Queen's Gambit, so I really have to watch her. Not like in a perverted way, but just watch her on Netflix.
It's got like a Shawshank Redemption kind of feel. It's a period piece, kind of Mad Men-y a little
That's
bit.
fine. And again,
Drugs, smoking.
just because we're not necessarily always talking about sci-fi or watching shit that's always sci-fi, we do need to have a cleanse of the palate.
No matter what, sometimes there's shows out there like, that shit good.
Right. We like Downton Abbey. We both fucking love
my
Downton
God.
Abbey. And I'm like, there's no shame saying that we like that shit, even though it's a period piece.
Did you watch the movie?
No, because I need to finish.
It's on HBO Max.
I know, but I need to fucking finish the series. I don't want to run. And you told me that I could just jump into watching the movie and forget
It's
that.
fine.
I know, but the completist in me wants to have it in the right way.
Well, get busy.
Fuck you. I've been busy. Doing things. Making shit happen. Snapping my fingers like this. Yeah, see? Look what I'm doing. See? I'm busy.
Can you walk and chew gum at the same time? I don't know.
I can do this.
Oh.
Oh, look at that. Look what I can do.
Look what I can do.
Stewart!
Oh, dear God. What else you got?
All right. Indiana Jones, this is fucking be
It's
canceled.
starting to film. It's filming now. I'm a little worried.
That man is being put in the museum. He is that old. You're going to be fucking 80 years old.
Look, maybe they can make it work. Maybe we'll be pleasantly
James
surprised.
Mangold better fucking make it work.
He didn't do well, I don't think, on Terminator.
Look, I give him one more chance because he has the Logan movie. That's it.
You fucked this up. We're done.
Right.
It's like the quote that, fool me once or disappoint me once, strike one.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, strike three. You're done.
I'm sure it's a little bit different, but sure, we'll go with that.
I don't have time for this shit.
I know. What else? Henry Cavill is
He finished Witcher 2, season 2. I know that.
casting for Highlander. That's what I said. Look, the guy who did John Wick wanted to do the reboot of Highlander. I'm all for it. Because if you look at John Wick, that universe that he created, that's Highlander. I don't see Henry Cavill being the Highlander.
But he's a good actor. Witcher was good.
Yeah, but then again, I'm always hearing shit that like no one wants to fucking work with him.
He's
Except for
difficult.
Nola Holmes, which I guess he'll be in the second one.
Have you seen that?
No.
Jesus.
Yes. Oh, don't say my name. Word out.
Gonna be cursed for that one.
It's all right.
Hey,
I don't follow.
Shazam 2 is filming.
That fucking bodysuit. That is.
It's not just a bodysuit.
But it's a great looking suit. It's much improved.
I don't know. I'm scared. I looked at the Thor Love and Thunder photos. Natalie Portman's ripped.
Yes.
Chris Hemsworth is equally ripped. And like, that's got to be. Oh shit, that's real. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
But still, big improvement to the Shazam suit. The only thing was missing was the cape, but I'm sure that's
So
digital.
there's Shazam 2 and then the Black Adam film.
Yes. It's two separate things. I don't know if he's going to appear because we're talking about the Furies of the Gods, right?
Look, DC, I'm rooting for you, but get your shit together, please.
Don't get me started. We have not even talked about the Zack Snyder Justice League.
You want to talk about that?
No.
You got action figures coming.
We'll hold off on that conversation for another time
Okay.
because that's a different conversation. But let's just say that my faith in DC right now is really shaken because who knows what the fuck they're doing. Except for...
Give me a shining light. What do you got?
Muschietti? Is that the guy's last name?
I don't know.
The director. For the-
Wachowski.
No.
What?
For the Flash movie.
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
We talked about the fucking Batman symbol with the blood. How cool that was. It may have been you. It may not have been you.
I don't remember that.
Just agree with me, Gene.
Sure, yes, I remember that. That was great. Your point on that was brilliant. You said things that were amazing, and it moved my world.
And I
I'm
agree
looking forward to it.
100%. Leave me alone, man.
Hey, what about the Matt Reeves thing? I hear that's not doing well because he wouldn't work out, and he's a really bad emo Batman. Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry.
Look, look. We had Michael Keaton.
in the next movie.
And then the first Batman movie.
Yeah.
We had no problem. Well, we had problems. Some people had problems back when we had no internet.
Well, I know this movie was filming during COVID. I give you that. But if you're having problems now, it's like you got to go back. Reshoots are ordinary. They're commonplace, but I don't know. I hear bad things. But Matt Reeves did the freaking Planet of the Apes thing.
Look, the trailer was fucking amazing. Patton giving a beat down to the criminal, whatever.
Yeah, but we thought the Titan thing, the Teen Titan thing was good when fuck Batman, and yet look how that turned out.
We got season 3 already done, so that's gonna happen soon. And we see there's new costumes for Starfire, which is not that kind of purple streetwalker dress that she was in first season. I'm like, please change her out of that costume. But in the process of the story, it seemed like it was just like one continuous story, so it didn't really have time to lend itself to change her out of that costume.
I want to watch that show, but it really lost
know.
me
And
after
right.
the
first
season two premiere. I was like, but what about the dead woman? Oh fuck!
Like, you could just have tagged it on to the last episode for season 1 after the Batman had that breakdown mentally. Where
That was good. That season finale.
Yeah, that was absolutely fantastic. I was so in, like, we got to that point to see a side that Batman lost his shit. And it was up to Robin to fix it, but it was all in his head because the, what's his name, Raven's dad.
What's going on with Doom Patrol? Is that still filming?
Doom Patrol, I think, is still moving forward, but I'm not sure who's going to be in it.
Can you tell me why Discovery Season 4 is happening?
I do not know.
Why is Picard Season 2 happening? That's still happening, right?
Look, for all intents and purposes,
You just
I know
want to
people-
lose money? You're not making any profits on this CBS Viacom, but okay, I don't know.
it's a thing that I'm like, no one has the international rights to distribute this. Amazon doesn't fucking want it. Netflix doesn't want it. So how is this happening? But then again, Paramount Plus took over. So there is no CBS.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of Star Trek Discovery, but I won't pay for it anymore.
Which is the other thing.
I mean, I enjoyed Season 1 very much. Season 2 was, I think, lackluster because they gave the fans what they wanted and tried to course correct during the season, which I really hated.
Yeah.
And again, I let sure, take the money out of my account. You're doing Season 2, but then I saw Season 2. I'm like, I want my money back.
Yeah.
I'm going to not do that anymore. But Strange New Worlds, that's apparently doing something.
That is the only thing that I want to see out of the new wave of TV shows. I saw The Lower Decks. You can hear my review of that, which is bullshit. Picard Season 1, again, bullshit. And again, it's not so much the bullshit of what we were told, it's the bullshit of the direction with the fucking cursing on the Star Trek show. Balls to the wall, and I'm like, this is fucking lazy writing.
No, what it is you're not used to it. You've set standards before. It's the J.J. Abrams effect. J.J. Abrams went there and he'll get you blockbuster money, but he doesn't follow the rules and doesn't respect the.
Yeah,
the,
but
the,
it's not
the,
that it's a
history
follower
show.
of JJ, which is not Lindelof. What's his name? The guy that we don't like, the one who runs the show, Kurtzman.
Alex Kurtzman.
Yeah. So he has been, again, part of that clan with JJ and Damon Lindelof and Robert.
But we liked Lindelof because he did Watchmen.
Right. So again, Lindelof is the only one that has talent because he's a really good writer. JJ, good idea guy, but does not follow through with the
Is
execution.
he still doing the Black Batman, the Black Superman thing?
Black Superman, yeah. Hence why Henry Cavill is not playing Superman. So
Henry Cavill's not playing Superman because he wouldn't play ball. If
Which
you
is-
had showed your damn face and stepped down and done the nice thing and appeared
In
in
Shazam.
Shazam
Yeah.
instead of your freaking body double, this would all be different. But you got greedy.
well, again, this is what we have to deal with. So what else? Venom is coming out in September, I think.
You want to see that?
Yes.
It's completely mockery.
No.
Let me eat Mrs. Chen. Wait, what? No.
It was good. I enjoyed it. Again, when Venom called, what's his name? The character in the movie. The Tom Hardy character.
I don't know his name.
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. Yeah, well,
He called him a pussy, and then they took the elevator. That was the thing that I liked.
In the first Venom movie.
The first one. That's the moment that it clicked.
Jump.
Yeah. Pussy.
Yes.
So it feels like it's still in keeping of that kind of.
What do we feel about Craven and Evan? No, the guy, not that guy. The other guy.
That guy that was in
Kick-Ass. Being cast.
that was recast in WandaVision.
I should have been prepared for that. Should have known his name.
Yeah. I was going to say Alexander Skarsgård. That's not. That's from Godzilla versus King Kong. That guy.
That guy.
Which, he was in the first Godzilla movie, and I'm like,
Aaron Johnson.
Thank you. It wasn't like it was a breakout role. It was like, he did fine. But he did Quicksilver.
He kissed his sister in Godzilla. Elizabeth Olsen, they would later play. Yeah,
brother and sister as Quicksilver and Wanda.
Avengers Age of Ultron, yes.
Yeah, which, you didn't see that coming? Shut up. I mean, that was one character like, no, he can die.
Strange, random question. I'm a big toy collector. Anything you're looking forward to? We got Fat Thor coming out. We got a Quicksilver figure coming out. We got Surtur coming out. You're not paying attention to any of this.
Not to that degree. Look, I don't, and I'm happy that we're going to get a Fat Thor, but that's not a thing that I'm like, hey, I need that in my collection. I don't. I unlike you, which you're still a fanatic about collecting. I'm kind of tapering my expectations on certain things. So it's not as prolific as what I once was doing during the height of COVID.
There's like 3 times. This is the renaissance of action figure collecting. I have never seen so many Marvel Legends, Star Wars Black Series, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, He-Man figures just come out. I'm like, I'm going to go poor.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we have a Jackson fucking rabbit in Star Wars.
Finally.
Which I'm like, I fucking grew up on that comic and I loved that character, but I'm like, oh my God.
You don't need it.
I don't I don't need it.
I remember the memories.
But
I don't
want
need
it
Jackson character.
Because I want to film or shoot that specific image in my head, the way he was holding the gun in the low angle. Like, I want that. But again,
Another time, perhaps.
But my angle would be, I'll wait for the invisible hands they were to come and kind of knock it all down.
It's not going to happen with that.
I don't care. Because I have nothing to lose. Either it comes down.
That makes you dangerous.
No, but it makes me, it pays off. Because then the hunt begins for me.
Yeah.
To find that thing.
I don't need to go to Target or Walmart and pay full price for those exclusives. I will find it on the secondary or third-dairy market at the Ollies or the Five Belows.
Right.
And then I will feast.
Right, exactly. I'm like the carrion eater of the dead. I will feast on their bones.
Have you seen the zombie movie, the Zack Snyder Netflix?
Funny you should mention that because that's on my next Geek Out for next Wednesday. That I'm going to be talking about.
So we're not going to talk about it here. We'll talk. Stay tuned.
But you're not going to watch it?
I will.
My ass, you're going to watch it.
Monty, I don't like horror films, but I want to.
It's a zombie movie.
Monty, again, listen to what I say. I do not like horror movies, but a zombie movie is fine. I don't mind gore. I just don't like. I have to get over my fear. I just don't.
Okay. All right. If you're going to be down for a clown, then we can watch it and talk about it.
Yeah, okay. When are you doing it? What
Wednesday.
Day? Wednesday. I don't know if I can watch it by then.
Here we go.
No, I watch it with a friend, but I'll watch it on my own if I have to.
Jasper is not a friend.
Jasper's my cat, by the way. Not some weird homosexual relationship. Sorry.
How you know your cat's not a homosexual?
I don't know.
Does he tell you things?
Well,
Stop. Don't go down this road.
It's just me and my cat now. My mom's gone.
Just me. And
my shadow cat.
Pussycat.
Yeah, okay.
All right. What else? Do you like the Munsters or the Addams Family?
Herman Munster was a homosexual Frankenstein. I mean, I'm glad that he. What is it? That was great, but I was like, what the fuck is wrong with that?
I would not call him a homosexual Frankenstein. I would just say he's a little bit more in touch with his feelings. He's more not effeminate. He is more open to express himself, to have emotions.
I mean, no offense.
But come on, man. If you were married to fucking Lily, I would be tapping that shit all night long.
Mm-hmm.
And
fish.
Marilyn. Fuck him.
So why were we talking about this topic, Monty? Please, let's keep moving along.
Yeah. Because Rob Zombie wants to fucking do a reboot of the Munsters. And I'm like, look, you fucking did this with Halloween like several times, and I heard mixed reviews. I wasn't like that keen about Halloween.
You
But-
did like the Jamie Lee Curtis, the one that came
Right,
out.
but that was Danny McBride that helped write it and someone else. Hey, Jasper. But the reason why I bring that up, because a couple of years ago, I think maybe 5 or so, Brian Fuller did a pilot for NBC on the Munsters.
Brian Fuller is attached to Star Trek Discovery.
It's like a pattern. He gets attached to things and then he gets fucking kicked off. I wonder what happened.
I don't know.
But in this case, it's Jerry McConnell, Rebecca Ramos's ex. You know, from Stand By
from
Me.
Sly.
Sliders. So he plays Herman Munster. So they did a little bit of a twisting so that he is not necessarily Herman Munster head Frankenstein. You do see his little scars. It wasn't bad. Eddie Lizard played Grandpa. He was fucking killing it. I love him in this. So
he's Rob Zombie is directing a comedy.
I guess so. If he's going to be doing a fucking straight out like horror movie like the Munsters and ruin the comedy aspect, then that's the wrong fucking direction. Much like taking Fantasy Island, which I think was also a Blumhouse movie, and making that into a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
You know, you could have done those elements in an anthology series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put those elements in there rather than just do like a straight out weird horror thing. But that's besides the point. But I just think that's just a weird thing because we've seen many versions of the Addams Family, and Timothy Burton's doing a Wednesday spinoff. And I'm like, but like the Munsters have always been kind
With
of
Christina Ricci?
yeah, no, someone else.
Okay.
It's a Netflix thing.
Right.
Whereas the Munsters have been kind of like sidelined. And to me, I've always been more of a Munster fan than I was with the Addams Family.
Interesting.
Only after they came out, like in the movies with Raul
Julia,
Julia, which was
And
fantastic.
Angelica Houston.
Oh my god!
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, all that was fantastic. Christina Ricci, brilliant casting for all of them. So yeah, I loved them when they were in the movies, but TV shows not so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll see what happens. But that's like a lot of little tidbits news that we're just throwing all at you. I mean, there's some rhyme and reason to what we're doing, but it's just more of a catch up for both of us to do.
We haven't done this in a while. We're just trying to find our groove and get back into it.
Because, I forget it. I was going to do a D-Light song. And I was trying
That's too much effort. I'd have to get rhythm and try to sing, and then people would be unhappy.
There was very little payoff, so I'm like, oh, fuck it. Let's leave it. All right, so we're going to take a break. This is like, 40 fucking minutes? We haven't even talked about our big threes yet. Yeah, well, we got a lot to still talk about. So, again, when we come back, we're going to be talking about... What are we talking about?
Okay, we're talking about Avengers Campus opening in Disneyland. We're also talking about the He-Man trailer.
The He-Man trailer. That'll be
And
the first
then
thing.
we're going to be also, as a bonus track, evidently talking about Loki.
Yeah,
Episode 1.
So
So stay tuned.
there's more. Right after the commercial. And we're back. All right.
You need some sleep. Get some sleep.
What is the Soul Forge podcast? Join Sean and his guests as they talk about sex, geekiness, witchcraft, Star Trek, awkward dates, poetry, life, the universe, and everything else. Interviews have included writers, atheists, a rap star from Australia, a reality TV star, and a sex goddess from San Diego. If you have a story to share or just want to listen to one, check out the Soul Forge podcast. The Soul Forge. Let's find out together.
All right, so we are back finally to talk about our first big three news items, which is going to be the He-Man trailer that dropped today.
June 10th.
Yeah. So what was your initial reaction to the trailer?
It's good. I'll watch it. It was very Thundercat-y.
Yeah.
Very, not quite for kids, really stylized animation, kind of like the Transformers, the movie.
Yeah.
Really good animation and designed, I think, to make me buy the toys.
I thought that the way that they designed the animation was very much in keeping of the original design of the figures, the animated series back when you and I grew up, and I thought that was a nice little touch. Yeah, there are little things that kind of tweaked up with the action, which is fine. I don't mind a better sequence for He-Man to transform. We didn't see Battle Cat get transformed from the scared pussy to Battle Cat, but overall I was like, yeah. And adding in was it Bonnie Tyler?
The Anita Hero
song.
But from what I understand, that also shows up in Loki, but they did it first.
Right, that Grace was mentioning from Beyond the trailer. That is like, but this got there first. But we'll hear that song in the next Loki. But yeah, we'll see. But right off the bat, one of the cool things that I saw just looking at this fucking cast, Chris Wood is playing He-Man, who was, if you've watched Supergirl, I think season 3, I believe, or 4. Mon-El. He was great. I enjoyed him. And he's married to Melissa Benoist. So,
Lucky bastard.
Yeah. He lives for us. Then we have Mark Hamill, which is Skeletor, which, having Mark Hamill in your
Wait, Sarah Michelle Gellar is Tila?
We'll get there.
Are you freaking kidding me?
We'll get there. So Mark Hamill playing Skeletor was like, yeah, that makes sense. But as Grace pointed out in her review, he kind of does the Joker-esque kind of like laugh and like kind of voice that I'm like,
It'll be fine. It'll mix in. It should mix in.
I'm sure in the context it'll be fine.
I was watching the trailer. I was glad that they had more variety.
Yeah.
Like you have everybody in. You got Moss Man. You got Beast Man.
Yeah. Lena Headey is Evil Lynn. Harley Quinn Smith, which is his daughter, Kevin Smith's daughter. Ilena? I don't know that character. Yeah. So
make me buy the action figure.
Yeah. So Sarah Michelle Gellar is Tila. So we have that. Orko, which I'm glad that character.
I was glad he got a moment.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, so you're not just like Snarf.
Snarf. Who else? Kevin Conroy's Merman. So if you know who Kevin Conroy is, he's Batman from the animated series. Phil Lamar. Hero. I don't know who Hero is. Because there was so many fucking characters to that series that after a while, like, I couldn't keep up.
It's fine. The idea is to bring this forward to a new generation, to remind you of how cool the show was, again, to make you buy the toys.
Right.
That's what He-Man has always been in my mind. It's been a live action, or not a live action, a cartoon, an animated series.
Right, to support
help
the action
the
figures line. Yeah, exactly. And that's not a bad thing. We lucked out in an age when we got to Star Wars that we had a fucking movie and then the toys were based on the fucking movie. So it's not like the other way around where you have like, no, we got these toys, so we need to support the toys. In this case, Star Wars was the other way around. But as we were talking about earlier, is that this trailer and the way that they're marketing this is not for the novice. This is meant for us. those who grew up
Right.
watching
It's the
He-Man.
advanced level show.
Yeah.
Although, if you're a beginner, you can get into it as well.
Right, you can still watch the old shit, but I'm like, even then, it's still kind of corny and like, there are memes about fucking He-Man.
But again, they've rebooted this show so many times.
Yeah.
Just like Transformers and or G.I. Joe.
In which Snake Eyes is going to get his movie soon. But
I already pre-ordered the figures.
with the lips. Remember, he has a mask and
That's the
lips.
Transformers show you didn't like.
No,
Is
no,
that
no.
the movie?
No, Snake Eyes has the black mask, but he has lips on the mask.
It should be cool. I hope it's
Okay.
cool. The Baroness, come on, I mean, you know.
The Baroness alone. Don't get me started. But the whole Cobra la 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 is not a cool war cry in anyone's book.
No,
I'm just saying. That's not.
There's a whole history about that. Like, Duke wasn't really supposed to die, but the people, the way they reacted to the death of Optimus Prime,
Right.
back then, like, we can't kill
Yeah.
Duke. So he somehow survived that massive trauma to his chest with the
And it
spear
was
went all the way through.
It was what's his name? Miami Vice guy. The actor.
Oh, Don Johnson?
Don Johnson.
Yes,
He's the
you're
voice
right.
of Duke. Yeah.
You're right.
So I'm like, yeah, back then, sure, why not? But with He-Man, I think what is also in his favor, because again, I enjoy watching Kevin Smith, and he's been talking about this shit on his podcast, which is now Fat Man Beyond. That he's been doing this for quite some time. So finally, we're getting when it's going to be dropped. We saw the first trailer. We've seen stills, but also on top of all that fucking shit, Bear McCreary is going to be doing the soundtrack for the whole entire series, which that's my guy. So I'm already heavily invested, not so much because I'm a big He-Man fan, but because of all the things that are in the He-Man show that has my attention.
I know that you'll listen to this soundtrack when it releases on Hoopla.
Yeah.
I'm sure about that. But my question, though, is, I know, how big a fan are you? Because the idea, though, is they want the dollars out of your pocket. Will you buy the action figures?
It's already
Will
on
you-
Netflix. That's as far as it will go. Even back then, He-Man was not something that I'm like, I want to battle
I'm not a
cat.
He-Man guy, but I got a few Tila figures
That's
hanging around the
That's
house.
exactly the whole point. There's always like Sorceress. I can go with the feathers. I can go with that. Who is in this case played by Susan Eisenberg, who was Wonder Woman for a lot of the animated Justice League storylines. Awesome. So yeah, exactly. Hera, give me strength. Stop saying that.
Wow. Good.
Thank you.
Good callback.
Thank you. And Cree Summers in this, who played Penny in
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget. If you know her from A Different World with Denise Crosby. No.
Richards.
No.
I don't know.
Lisa Bonet.
Ah.
Because I'm crossing my head with
She has such an
Denise,
angel heart.
the character, and Crosby for Bill Crosby. And I'm like, no, that's not the same. It was Lisa Bonet. But Cree Summer was one of her roommates or a friend of hers. But good. I mean, everything, again, with this entire voice cast is amazing. So I really can't be more than pleased to see how this all could turn out. But it's just, again, interesting how they're playing to our demographics and not a new generation.
But again, I'm curious to see, because the success of shows like this is whether you buy the merch. That's why after The Last Jedi and Star Wars and Rise of Skywalker,
Yeah.
it failed because no one bought the merch. 'Cause no
or
one cared.
at least they had lowered their expectations. So even with that, the toys that they put out, no one fucking cared.
Yeah.
And that's a bad sign. Because that's the other thing, too. Star Trek Discovery does not have fucking merch. And they do. It's very fucking limited, like the Saru figure by Migo.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the Michael Burnham figure, which is
Which is bullshit because the Saru figure, you would think, will have the Saru profile
No, you
picture,
can't.
not fucking Michael Burnham. Shit.
no, it makes sense. Michael Burnham is the captain of the ship.
No. Not in that uniform.
Wow.
That's like a first season
Look,
uniform.
Again, you don't work for them. You don't know how expensive that shit is.
And you haven't seen season 3, so don't talk to me. Because, you have to finish watching it.
I will when it comes out on at my local public library. I'm waiting on you, Monty.
Exactly. Do your fucking job and order the goddamn DVDs.
It's not out yet, Gene. But I'll get it as soon as it's
Just
out.
fucking make sure I'm the first one on the queue. I don't pay your taxes for nothing. I mean, your salary for nothing. But I get my chicks for free. I'll just go with
That
it.
was such a disjointed reference. Go ahead.
Just go with it.
Just go with it. Okay.
All right, so let's move on, shall we,
Please.
to Avengers Campus at Disneyland.
It's exciting.
I honestly,
If we lived in California,
yes, we would be there, but we don't.
we live in Florida, which it's just 4 hours away, but we can't have Avengers Campus because
Because
there's
of
a dumbass
Universal.
contract you signed.
Fucking Universal.
You can get the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster in a year or two.
Everyone can get Guardians of the Galaxy. No one wants them, but that's besides the point. 3 different things that I wanted to talk about, which is the food, the merch, and the performers that we saw in the various videos.
Oh, have you watched all the performances? The Doctor Strange weird show is funny.
I've tried to see as much as I can just to kind of
I
prepare.
have watched hours. I'm a Disney file.
I know. And here's the thing that I wanted to ask you. Like when Star Wars Land opened up, I didn't want to see anything from the inside of the Millennium Falcon ride or Rise of the Resistance. Because if you see all that shit, and then you already know what to expect, doesn't that ruin the experience?
It wouldn't. Once you're there, I can guarantee you will sit down at that freaking baccarat table, or not, whatever it is.
Sabacc.
The sabacc. No, the chess game.
Okay, right. But
Whatever
you
it
can
is.
play Sabacc.
But
Whatever.
you can sit there for a moment,
Yeah. And get the fuck up.
and the music is playing. You will have tears in your eyes.
No, I know. But I'm talking about the actual ride itself. Like, I want to be surprised. Yeah.
I am sure that no matter what, because to my understanding, the Rise of the I haven't been yet.
Right.
Oddly, I haven't had the right
You and
company. But the Rise of the Resistance ride is supposed to be the best ride because it combines all kinds of technology.
Right.
You will be in tears. You will be happy.
Right.
You will spend and give them willingly $250 for that lightsaber presentation.
No. Not after our knowing what they spend on there. Now, if it's the Ahsoka hilt, maybe. But I'm not going to go through the whole fucking ceremony. And
Oh, no. I mean, the actors work hard. It is.
No, I know. But I think that's one thing to have that kind of expectation with that kind of level of, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. You want to build a droid? Fine. It's still going to cost you a pretty
Look,
penny.
unfortunately, the world that we live in, Monty, the prices Disney can gouge.
Yes, they can. That's the other thing. There's nothing for them to say, whoa, we got to hold back. No. They're fucking going balls to the walls with their marketing and their merchandising. That's the only problem that I'm going to complain about here with the merch. There are certain things that I'm like, I want to get it, but the biggest one is the Spider-Man bot that I just hated. The fact that it's a really crappy toy that, sure, you can make it walk and you can kind of do like little fights with another spider bot.
It's customizable.
And customizable, which I give him that.
It's $80 for the damn bot.
That's the price tag that I'm like, that's way too much. $80 for that, and then the outfits, $24, $25, that's fine. But I would have made it at least $50.
You're not in the marketing team.
No. Well, I'm just saying.
But the idea is this. You go there once a year. Most Americans, maybe once every 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, but
It's a special experience, and you spare no expense.
to a degree.
You know, I mean,
To a degree.
but understand, we live in Florida. We can go there in 4 hours.
No, I know.
4 or 5 hours. We're older. We have to stretch our legs and walk around and pee. But
Right. But the value, no. I'm saying that the value of a spider bot, after what I saw what it did,
it's garbage. I know.
It is.
I know. So are the droids, and so is
same
everything
thing
else.
with the droids, right.
But the thing is, that and those poor employees, like, and now you take this tool and you activate. I'm like,
you take this
so-
Kyber crystal.
you go home every night and drink hard. I know, because you have to be so cheerful about it. But the thing is, it's about the experience.
Right.
Again, if I had the money, and kind of do now at this point. I would maybe if I could. Here's the thing: if I could schedule an appointment, if I could get into the park, because that's very complex
that's
now.
a whole other issue. Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, you can't enjoy Disney World now or Disneyland without an iPhone and without fast internet access. Because you could go there, you got to do it in the park, and hopefully the wait list, you get on it. It's a strange world, but it's COVID times. It's fine. We all work together. But Monty, I don't think it's a bad thing if you can spare the money. Again,
well,
you may not want it, but your son and your daughter, they would fall for it.
We'll see.
Richie would have a tantrum, I'm sure. Like, I want the droid. You're like, oh, Jesus
This is the droid I want. I will say there are a couple of things that I did like. The Spider-Man goggles. I did like them.
I want those.
Yes. So
I won't be able to see.
Well, you should be able to. So at night, when you see a lot more of the lights reflecting,
I'm just saying I wear glasses and I wouldn't be able to wear
you
the glasses.
You and me both.
You got to wear the kind of contact lenses. Right. Like, okay.
So, but the Spider-Man goggles, if you've not seen them, it has like the Spider-Man eyes, and it's like a head strap around the back. But you have LED lights that you can. They will do
like
different
17 different variations.
Yeah, and
hearts, winking eyes.
I'm like, I see that. I really fucking want to get that. But I keep forgetting her name, but the girl from
Magic Journeys? What?
The Wonderful World of Foods, she wore it on her head, and she wore her mask and all that.
Is that Molly? That's all ears. Molly is all ears.
Okay, but in any case, she was fucking adorable having the goggles on her head, and then she put it on and like really fucking cute.
I like the girl in Magic Journeys. She's cute. But anyway, go ahead. Yes.
So there's a Spider-Man ride truck that you have Spider-Man on the truck, that the ride itself, but it's a truck that you pull back and then
right, if you can, right,
but then it's like it goes like a couple of feet and that's it, and I'm like, that's it.
The weird thing to me is the idea that like, well, you could go on the ride by yourself, but if you give us I think it's $29.95 for the charger, and then another $24.95 for this other thing. It helps your score,
right?
And that's just like, bitches,
right? Because where else am I going to use that exact same fucking band?
I mean, the spider thing does shoot out a little bit of string for like 2 inches, and then it retracts. That's cool.
Yeah,
the Iron Man thing does shoot ping pong balls. And that's cute.
I know, but
you take it home and you're like, why did I buy this?
Right.
Buyer's remorse.
What I want is what we had growing up. The
silly
web
string?
Shooter.
Silly string that can shoot silly string and or water.
Yeah, that's what I would want to see. But I'm like, no. I'm not doing that. Because, yeah, if you want to do that for the ride, fine. I get that. On that note, though, you can interact with the spider bot with the bands. But even then, it's limited.
But again, I am not. I'm a Marvel Universe fan. I love comic books, but even I would be like, I don't think I really want that. A lightsaber, yes.
Right.
Spider bot, a droid, no.
So, but what I saw, I'm like, oh, I would spend the money on this. The Iron Man Infinity Glove drink hand. Oh. So if you can think about the Infinity Glove, but it's in a pose like it's holding a cup. You can put your soft drink in there, and it's for $27, and you can light up the jewels themselves.
I know, but you're not you.
I know, but I do it. I would do it. I have Hulk hands that I bought.
Look, I haven't been again to Galaxy's Edge yet, Brett 2, but I do have the Coca-Cola $5 freaking drinks in my bathroom.
Still unopened.
Star Wars thing. No, they're open.
Oh, they're open. Okay,
I would not leave. That's gross. But they're in my bathroom. And I will tell you a story, Monty. When they opened up Galaxy's Edge at Rontu's Roasters, they gave out sporks. And people stole them.
Of course.
And then they went on eBay. And then Disney said, fuck it, start selling them.
Yeah.
And I was just hoping, oh, please, God, when I get there, or my sister gets there, please get me the spork. And I did, excuse me, I'm going to move around. My sound may differ here for a second. Keep my open. I did get the spork, and it is a $11 item that you can get, but it is a useful item. And for me, it is a piece of merchandise nostalgia that I use, and I'm happy to have it. But yeah, I'm glad I got that. Your opinion, please. Worthless. Yeah,
it has weight.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It's useful.
Well, I will give it the idea that it looks like a metal spoon with fork prongs.
It's a spork.
I know, but there's nothing like on here like says Star Wars.
But you got the Arabesh bag.
But I couldn't give I couldn't give a shit about the bag. The bag is worthless because what are you going to use the bag for? Fill up with
I'm happy.
nuts?
I'm happy to have it. I am. I won't lie, and I use it every day to eat my meals. Oh, every other day. It doesn't matter. It's a cute thing. But again, it's a piece of Disney Star Wars nostalgia.
Right.
That it makes me happy.
Right. And in fairness, like when we watch something like shawarma that happened in an Avengers.
Oh my God. The shawarma is supposed to be amazing in Disneyland.
Right.
They rave about it. Everyone eats like, I would get this every time.
Right.
5 out of 5 Peters.
Right. So that's the shit that I like. You got me the shawarma T-shirt.
So many years ago.
And I went to eat shawarma with the family, and I was like, look and see, I'm in the shawarma place. You see this? It's like,
And as I recall, you had to give your name, and like, you get shawarma.
No, it was for a free comic book day. So the guy at Tate's, he was like, the call was like shawarma. He caught himself because he realized it was shawarma. And I'm like, I got you. But it was just me being nerdy. But the fact that they did that, incorporated that into
it's brilliant. There's so many opportunities. The fact that you get the drink,
yes,
that transforms Stan Lee and the Incredible Hulk,
yeah,
that's not normally acknowledged in canon,
and
you get
now
a
it
little
is
pin disc there. I'm like,
yeah,
I want to go. I can't believe that. This is the sad thing that I understand, but don't understand. Disneyland gets better shit. They get better
they're
food.
Right there. Yeah,
we got a Disney World right here.
I know.
We get crap.
I know. We got leftovers. We got the sloppy seconds of merch.
We can go to that lovely, like, weird pastry place and buy like $16 desserts. I'm like,
the Gideon's Bakehouse. No.
Well, there's another place. I can't remember the name, but anyway.
So the shawarma place, yes, I'm all in. That's fucking fantastic. That is perfect product placement.
What about that pretzel or the chicken sandwich?
All right, so
or the pasta dish.
Let's go into the Pim test kitchen. So I saw as much as I could. So they have the quantum pretzels. So it's the big ass pretzel.
Okay, I know you don't like the sauce.
The beer cheese,
but
like
one bad experience.
My God.
You can't. I don't think you taste the beer.
I don't know.
Look, you had a bad experience.
That was fucking like someone threw up in my mouth.
You don't hold that against Disney.
I don't know.
Beer cheese. You're not supposed to taste the beer. It just enriches it, gives a little texture.
I will eat the pretzel. I was very impressed with that. The other one was another pretzel, but it was called the Atomic Fusion pretzel, but it had like
that with the
buffalo chicken and all that. And I'm like, she picks it up and everything falls out in between the.
She liked it.
It's fine for what it is.
The peanut butter and jelly sandwich wasn't good reportedly, but who knows?
I think that's interesting that he had the peanut butter and jelly with the banana and the candied bacon in the sandwich. I would be willing to try.
Yeah, but texturally that would be weird. And that's what that was.
It always
problem.
would be weird. Yeah. But again, it's not a bad idea just to kind of give it a moment.
For the kids.
It's for the kids. But it's called PB3 Superb Sandwich, so that's the one with that. Then we had the Pim Mini Sandwich, which is that $100 sandwich.
Well, that's for a group of like,
it
can be up to $100, but you can get a smaller segment for like less monies.
And he did say that even though it looked small, it felt like you had a lot.
It had a lot. It was dense.
Yeah.
There was stuff in there like, I'm full. But gee, it's just to have a sandwich. I'm full. I can't.
I'm full. There was also a chicken, well, not chicken, but it was a Caesar salad with colossal croutons, which is like
it's just
fucking toast.
It's cute. What do you want?
But it looks.
What are you going to design?
It looked like a big wedge salad.
I know
the way that came out, but we'll see how that goes. They also have a $7 bag of snack molecules. So I had mini pretzels, honey roasted peanuts, sweet and spicy popped sorghum.
Yeah, they said it tasted like Asian trail mix.
Right.
With wasabi peas
yeah.
and the sweet and sour little...
Yeah.
But they didn't. And again, we cannot get there yet. We
Right,
live
we're
in Florida.
living vicariously through the.
But they said it was all right. I'd have that again. Like, yeah,
You're right.
with a beer, with a alcoholic beverage.
That's all in you. There's the not so little crispy chicken sandwich.
That looked like fun.
It does. So the little
I'm
mini
sorry,
bun with a
that's like
big ass chicken.
Chicken schnitzel with a small bun. As long as the bun isn't too dry, just eat it with a fork.
And then the other one that I definitely would do is the Impossible Spoonful, which is a meatball that's huge.
It's not meat though, is it?
I know, it's plant-based.
Yeah, that's.
So they have that with a little tiny fork, but it's served in like a big ladle.
My question is, can we take that home?
No.
You can't take it home.
I'm sure you can take the fork home, not the ladle.
I don't know. I mean, but is it plastic? I don't know. Because
I don't know. But that's a good question.
Because again, it's about souvenirs.
Yeah, that's the other thing. So in not the Galaxy's Edge, the Guardians of the Galaxy
Breakout
room. There were something called Terran treats.
That's just flavored popcorn. Or no, it's the weird churros.
Right.
The rolled up churros.
So it's green, and it was called sweet spiral ration.
I think that tastes like pineapple.
Like pineapple churro. The one that got me interested was called the Cosmic Cream Orb, which looks more like a rock.
Yeah, and it's weird blue inside.
Yes, but it's whipped
have this food
raspberry
coloring
cheesecake.
experience.
I think I would definitely go for that. That's the kind of shit that I would like. Just because of the experience.
I just want to get over to fucking Disney and eat the food. I'll go. I don't have to go to Disneyland. Let me go to California Adventure. Get the fried chicken. Get the oh my gosh, so many wonderful things over there. And yet here we got Disney Springs, which is it's okay, but
yeah. I think that was all for the food that I can think of.
I can't think of anything else. We
Yeah.
discussed merchandise. Let's talk about the shows.
Okay.
I've watched this a number of times.
Yeah, so you're going to have to fill me in on a couple of things. What I've seen were kind of like these 3 Dora Milaje coming out.
That's cool. That's cool.
Fucking the choreography with the 3 of them. I'm like, oh my God. I've never been hot for bald chicks like that. But that would be like fantastic
They
to see.
hold that character.
Yes.
And even when the Black Panther movie came out, the Dora Milaje were awesome.
Yes, they
and
are.
you've seen them in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show. They are just amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that on that show they took up Bucky's fucking arm. He's like, did you know they could do that? Like,
No.
I had no idea.
But yeah. And then, of course, the fake Captain America got his ass kicked. It's like,
Which I love.
And then
I
they weren't even empowered.
I love that. The Avengers are fine. They're holding their own. But you, John Walker, are getting your ass kicked.
Oh, that was few bright spots in that show.
Yeah.
That was one of them.
No, but also there's not going to be a black Captain America.
Yeah.
And that the knowledge of racism, like, oh, Disney, man, you're going to the edge, man.
Yeah. Which kind of like, let me put a pin on that moment because I want to talk about that. I saw the repeat or the live telecast of the grand opening.
I saw that too. Paul Rudd going out there like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, I hope they call
this.
this got leg thing. I'm like, oh, shut up. I mean, I know you're reading a script.
Not even. He like everyone else is like, they're reading a script going word for word. But Paul Rudd's like, I'm making shit up as I'm going
Well,
on.
I'm an actor. I mean,
Right.
you're Kevin Feige. You're Bob Chapek.
No one cares about you. Can't read and have like a personality when you read it.
But I really do not like
when-
Bob Chapek and his
I
cheapness.
know.
But okay, go ahead. Yes.
But when Anthony Mackie came out, carrying the shield in the bag,
I was beyond.
yeah, and
I
he-
was like, thank you for the representation of Black Captain America.
yeah,
I mean, that's
and
just
he hands him the shield.
very diversity.
Yeah, he hands him the shield. I started to cry. I really did. That was a moment I was not expecting. That was brilliant.
But the thing for me is like that was such a short ceremony.
I know.
At Disney World, they were like galaxies. They had freaking hovercraft. It had drones going up. I was like,
I know.
oh my God, that's a full-size X-Wing powered by drones. Holy shit. Can we do that again? No.
And I think they were limited because again with fucking COVID. And I'm like, we gotta fucking get this open up. Let's do what we can.
Press people, please stay
Yeah.
3 feet apart. You all vaccinated? We can't check.
But yeah, that moment that caught me by surprise. I was so impressed that we finally get to see a Black Captain America, but just called Captain America.
I mean, look, there's going to be an Avenger ride opening up in a year or so, and here we'll get in the next year or so, hopefully the Tron ride will open up, and we get a Ratatouille ride, which is a clone ride from Disney France or Paris.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we haven't seen it.
Right.
My dream is to go to Tokyo Sea Disney, but that will cost me thousands of dollars. I don't know.
One day. But let's move on.
The shows.
Your
opinion. Go ahead.
I want to hold off on the Spider-Man.
All right.
That's the last thing I want to talk about.
What do you want to discuss?
Talk to me about the Doctor Strange
The
thing.
Doctor Strange is basically a magic show.
Okay.
But they take it seriously. The effects are awesome. He literally he comes out, the door's open, and he's got the portal.
Yeah.
He's doing the hand gesture thing. And he comes out, he says the lines of dialogue, he does something to the side, he's got his assistants, and he's like, oh, this is a problem. I'll be back 5 minutes from now. He goes back inside the room. He comes out again. It's just the exact same dialogue.
Oh, my God.
That's going to get old. And then he's like, and then he goes to the chemist. Oh, I've been here before. And it's cute. It's not going to be great.
No.
And he's doing basic magic tricks, like the jar on the little string napkin thing.
Oh,
but it's
geez.
fucking Doctor Strange. But it works. And then it's funny because then he'll ask the audience, like,
Is this your card?
no, the name. I need the name of someone who will help me. Give me a name. Perhaps a Guardian of the Galaxy, or perhaps an Avenger. And he'll ask the crowd, and the crowd will give him names. And if you say the wrong one, he goes, "No, that is not the one that is backstage waiting to come out." And they're not always there. But again, it's an impromptu thing. But the thing is, there are times where, like, I've watched that show like 3 or 4 times, and like someone says Thor, and then the answer you give does change the show slightly.
Right.
One time, someone said something else, and Thor comes out, and he's just standing backstage, and like, I have been falling for 30 minutes, and I'm like, that's funny. And he's like, Thor, you're great that you're here, that you had your break, but perhaps they have mead at the pin particle thing. He just walks off. He was there for less than 30 seconds. But then the show continues, but it is not a bad show. It will get old quickly.
Right. Much like when we saw Star Wars weekend, the stormtroopers just walking back and forth, and then they stop, they say something, and they stop walking back
I'm
and
sorry,
forth.
look, I am glad that I brought you there.
No, I know, because I would never have
It was
seen
one of the last ones.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, to me, again, Star Wars weekends back then were rare.
Yes.
And now, fuck you, Disney. Fuck you, Bob Chapek. Every day is Star Wars Day. No, fuck that. When you had those weekends, and when you let people dance to modern music and do those impromptu shows, Monty, they did this for like 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
And the shows are different. And
Every
they
time,
are
right.
amazingly funny.
Yeah. Right. That's what we miss.
But it was funny. I left you there like, I'm going to walk to the car and get a beer. You stay here.
Yeah. And those days are gone because now you can't even smoke. So I'll be inside, Gene, and you'll be out there because
I will beat that addiction. I hope.
Yeah. So the one thing that I'm like, in the promo or leading up to the opening of Avengers Campus was, oh, there's Doctor Strange. And on my first time, I was like, so where's the South Korean Doctor Strange?
Wong?
No. The SNL sketch that is based out of South Korea. There's a whole SNL that's based out of South Korea. And I sent you the video of a guy pretending to be Doctor Strange, but he's South Korean Doctor Strange. So the people that he's with...
Does he make good fried chicken?
No. He does like the lamest things. Like he opens up like one of those automatic doors to the a store. Mm-hmm. He waves his hands, and everyone's like, "Oh!" They're losing their fucking minds. He calls up someone that he has the number, and the phone rings. And I'm like, it's not magic. It's the lamest thing. But you have to watch this because it's funny. And the reaction you give me right now is like, no, it's not. Yes, it is, Gene. It is fucking funny. If you watch the videos, you will say yes.
We'll put it in the notes.
You better fucking watch it. All I'm saying,
Send it
South Korean Doctor Strange, you have to watch it. Funny as shit. All right.
Moving on. Keep going about the shows.
So the other thing that I saw a little bit was the Black Widow fighting
That
against
is
Taskmaster.
That is so garbage.
Why would she hang upside down to get down?
No. The
When
fun,
she starts.
Look, the fun thing is this. She's got a movie coming out.
Right.
But the weird thing about it is the structure of the building. Depending on where you stand, you can't see
shit. Right. You have to be like, as one Peter said, by the PIM test kitchen.
You have to be back. And they're just stunt actors going through the motions.
And like the lamest kicks, like 1, 2, 3, hit.
Well, you don't want to hurt.
I know.
I mean, I'm sorry. During the opening segment when they were all standing there,
right?
I was like, oh my God. And yet
Loki should not be there. That's the only thing I would say. He's not a fucking superhero.
Look, it's a rehearsal thing. You know, it's opening day. Come on.
Well, you got these performers in costumes.
The weird thing to me is also the idea that, like, you know, Captain America, Steve Rogers is there, and also, you know, Sam Wilson. That's weird.
Right.
But we got to time it. And the idea behind the whole land, which we've kind of established also in Galaxy's Edges, where is this? There's no snap. It's a time bubble thing. But I want to go there and ask seriously dorky questions about, like,
oh, I know what you're going to be asking, especially Black Widow.
Don't go to Barrymore. Don't go.
Because you thought about...
Don't marry Colin Jost.
I'm Colin. No, because you thought about asking on a cruise, like when Marvel was going to be on a cruise, you thought about asking something like a question to a Black Widow performer. And I forgot what it was you would ask.
I asked Barbie when she was as a guest at Epcot why she didn't wear underpants. And security followed. I was drunk. Security followed me all through the park. But these are fun things. But the thing is, it's like, you know what? That's out of bounds. You can't.
Yeah. And with a cruise ship, you get put into the brig.
I don't think so. I gave you $3,000 a day to be here.
Yeah, and now you're going to be there. Also for $3,000.
Enjoy Marvel Prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, this is the TVA time variance thing. You're in timeout.
So yeah, that's the way, and I get it.
But they're just opening. They'll change things because this has to keep going.
Right.
The movies are going to keep going. You can't tell me that after Black Widow comes out, they're not going to change it.
Right, and again, Florence Pugh coming in and get her character to be in the mix. You know,
I want to see if Shang-Chi shows up in September. I want to see Shang-Chi, a D-list character at Marvel Studios, and I'm sure he'll be there for a little bit. WandaVision prop show up there. You know, Winter Soldier, Falcon prop show up there.
Yeah,
but I want to see Shang-Chi. I want to see my Asian representation.
Yeah.
At the park.
By all means, they need to also be there too.
Aquafina, do you want to, what do you do?
I mean, are you be as a fucking dragon or you show up as yourself?
I am worried about the Fing Fang Foom thing. Because, I mean, the toy we get, it's Fing Fang Foom is this big green dragon thing.
Yeah.
Now he's this weird Asian-friendly kind of merchandisable.
Pete's Dragons?
Yeah.
Asian dragon?
White and red dragon that's not...
Yeah.
The Spider-Man show.
The Spider-Man show.
What do you think, Monty?
Okay. The big thing that before we go into the actual production is that we saw a video a year or two ago about the
animatronic.
Right, the animatronic.
Flying in the air.
Stuntronic, or whatever you want to call it. It was amazing. At one point, like he's like in mid-flight and it has like the superhero pose. I'm like, that's fucking scary, but it looks great.
It's not a person.
Right.
And there's a net that you can't see.
Right. So I'm like, how are they going to incorporate this? And then we got to see this. So before we see that take place, the poor guy who is Spider-Man has to like go back and forth on top of the stage.
He's not even talking to you.
Right.
He's just reacting to dialogue.
Right.
To a pre-programmed choreography that he has to do.
And then he has to do fucking flips.
He has to fall down.
He has to fall down, trip. And I'm like, oh, thank God the crates were here. Or like, before he runs away.
My favorite thing is, okay, so hashtag me.
Right.
Oh my God. Seriously?
Yeah, so tag me on your photos or your videos of me doing this stunt. And he runs off camera or runs off, which I still don't understand what they're doing, but he's testing, I guess, the outfit that he's in?
No, he's just showing off. He's just look what I can do. It doesn't matter what he's doing.
Yeah, but
it's fucking Spider-Man on the theme park, and
know,
he's right there.
But the problem lies is that he goes in and it takes fucking forever for that setup, right?
No, it's only a few seconds. I'm sure.
No, it's not a few seconds.
Monty, I'm sure it's timed.
No, she's going on da da da, and I was like da 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 da.
Wait, she's who?
Not Friday. Whatever that.
Oh, the computer voice. Whatever it is, yeah.
Right. So I think you have like a 14% chance of of being successful. So it's like, oh, so you're rounding down. Ha ha ha. Da, da. So it goes on for like forever. And then he flies, and then oh, good thing the roof was here to break my fall. So here's the weird thing, right? So the actor pops him at the other side of campus.
Yeah.
So
The
obviously,
stunt performer, right?
right,
A different stunt performer.
and he has the strap, and he has the wire.
Right.
Daytime, it's obvious. Nighttime, it's a little easier to kind of hide it.
He does the cool flip thing. He crawls down for like 5 feet.
Right? Hold that thought.
Holding.
This is the moment that I was just like, okay, I get it. You're going down like Spider-Man.
That's
the legs.
'cause you want to see that.
Right. But at one point, he lets go, so it looks like it's coming out of his ass. Like a regular spider.
Really? You're going to criticize that?
Yes. Because then all of a sudden, he starts crawling on the wall, and I'm like, that's like the fucking TV series that we saw in the 70s. That I'm like not happy with.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to give you that.
You don't have to give me that. That's my criticism. Because it's already that you see the fucking wire.
You've given them $140 to get in their fucking park. You know, and they are there to entertain you. They're trying to give you the best representation of illusion. You can't do a 360 and be on the other side because they want him to wall crawl. The whole Avengers thing, even with the Black Panther thing, doing the Black Widow thing, like, don't contact Tony Stark. And like, he contacts, he's like, I send help. And then Black Panther shows up, and he's crawling up these
and then he's talking
walls.
to who? He says, there's intruders here, and I told you to stand aside. There's no one around him, but he's on the wall, and I told you to stand aside. I'm like, who the fuck is he talking to? Gene. It bugged the head on me because I'm like,
I understand, but look, you're on vacation. And
no, I'm not.
If you fucking go there.
We're not allowed until the 15th, so we still got a couple more days.
Funny. That's good. But look, the idea, they're trying. All right, and I as a I'm not a choreographer, but the idea is like, I want to see Spider-Man crawl down the walls. We can't have him crawl up in the narrative of the story we're doing. Have him crawl down. Fine, it looks like it's coming out of his ass. I'm sorry. You know, but the thing is, I don't want my stunt person to fall either.
No, but I'm saying if it's nighttime, it looks a lot better.
Fine, granted. There, done.
There.
What else you got?
Can we move on?
Yes, please.
That was it for the performance. Captain America didn't do anything. There was a thing with Loki and Thor, but that was
there's the portal thing where you can kneel and get that.
Oh, the Doctor Strange thing, the photo op. I fucking want to do that. That I thought that was clever. But there was nothing else that I can think of that was other than the people just walking around and just doing whatever.
I think it's interesting the way that the Guardians of the Galaxy show has been there for a whole.
Oh, by the
2
way,
years
this
before.
is here too.
By the way, so what happened was that the Collector dropped it down, and then the Avengers came over and built their campus.
No,
and you can see the fluorescent cracks that we painted over there. And so cool, right?
It's all connected. No,
I mean, the idea is they're trying to build the illusion. But I gotta give Disney credit. I am so happy for this. The fact that we have a live action representation with fun, a little lame shows, but they're trying, you know, and it's gonna change. Come on, they've been open like 2-3 weeks now, soft opening, and now a hard opening in a few days, in a week. It's fun, and they'll improve, and I hope they'll change because the thing is, it's there now. They can't take it out. They have to upgrade. When the Black Widow movie comes out, it'll be different.
No.
I mean,
they can take it out. Remember, We don't have any more Indiana Jones days. Those days are gone.
That's because of COVID.
No. Indiana Jones days are never going to come back.
I think they will.
No. Well, okay. In fairness, with the next movie.
Oh, no. Why'd you make me throw up in my mouth? No, it'll be back. Again, it's currently in Florida, it's being used as a rest area because it holds too many people.
No, I know. But even then, Gene, you and I, when we went with my son, I was like, they're going to say it, right? They're going to say it. They did.
So angry.
I'm still angry.
I was like, Monty, it's okay. You're like,
No, it's
no,
not.
they have to say it.
You there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm like, then I seem like the crazy one. Then I'm like, come on.
For God's sakes, say the goddamn line or he's going to have a seizure. Please, say it. All your days will be Indian. Please.
He needs to live on with his life. But, yeah. All right, so since we're in talking about Marvel, now I'm going to be talking about the fucking next Marvel series, which is now Loki. Which I'm kind of happy that we
Good
finally
segue.
got.
That was nice.
Thank you. We're now going to be talking about Loki, which is just the first episode that just dropped on a Wednesday. So we'll see how much it's going to sustain itself. Much like WandaVision was confusing the fuck out of people since the first episode.
Yeah, the only thing that confused me was Paul Bentley said, and I get to act with an actor I have never acted with before. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's going to be Benedict Cumberbatch.
Nope.
Nope. But in deleted scenes, it was supposed to be him, but I think they thought it would be too confusing. I'm like, bitches, come on.
I don't.
Roll the
I don't know.
dice. I don't know, go ahead.
But in any case, what were your initial thoughts about after watching this?
I was confused, but happy.
Okay.
Again, the production values on this. Netflix has somewhat better production values, but to have this on a Disney show in a universe that I really care about. But I don't know, these Disney Plus series have not been perfect, but they kind of don't have to be. This is kind of like what I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been.
You don't know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I watched the first season.
No.
I watched 3 episodes.
I suffered Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Interesting you say suffered.
Yeah.
You
I
didn't enjoy them at all?
And I still haven't finished the last 6 episodes of the series.
I loved Peggy Carter. That was the only thing that came out of it. That was good. Peggy Carter was the most amazing thing that ABC has ever done for the MCU. Period.
Here's the thing that pissed me off. Because they brought up Coulson. They said that he died and the Avengers got revenge.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a minute. If you know that he died, do you not know he fucking came back?
Are you not going to acknowledge this series?
Right,
There's
exactly.
a placeholder
You
on
can't
your
even do
goddamn
that.
network that you fucking own.
And then he come back as an LD, no, the real life decoy.
Real
What
life
do you
decoy, right.
Yeah, he came back as that. You're not even going to do that. So you give him like information like he's dead. No, he's not. And I'm like, because I know this, I got really fucking angry because I'm like, at least acknowledge that he's still fucking alive, not dead. But I'm like, fuck this. So it's just a pet peeve of mine because, again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had potential. And after the first season, it was just pissed off.
If you ever want to start with, I know that you have a difficulty with the Star Trek Into Darkness movie. For me, my trigger is Rise of Skywalker. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker.
I think that's everyone's trigger.
I really just like, fuck! I'll kill you! I'll kill you! Just why do that?
I mean, there's just so much wrong with that to begin with. And it just keeps on piling the shit in your mouth. Just when you thought, no, there's more room for more.
I would just like to say that Kathleen Kennedy, you had a chance. You had all the major actors alive. Just give them one scene. A flashback scene.
Yeah, well.
Where they're all together. Just one.
So,
Loki, yes.
Yeah, so going back to Loki. The other thing that we were kind of like...
It doesn't make sense yet.
Right.
Because the idea is it's not clear. I think it's probably a Kang thing.
Possibly.
But the idea is that when you reset time, it destroys that timeline. So there's another variant Loki out there that's collecting these reset bombs or
Right.
things, and the only reason I would think you want to do that is you want to reset time. You get enough of those together, you think it'll blow the whole thing away. The weird thing to me, though, is I'm like, but you mentioned multiverses, and yet Wanda has done. Why is she not just one
Right.
shot?
Considering.
She's a criminal at large.
Right. So she goes scot-free, does nothing. The Avengers in Endgame go back in time.
And yet they're given a pass.
They're given a pass. Steve Rogers also goes back into the past to set things right.
That's the main timeline. Let's just say that. Even
But-
though it makes no sense.
Right, because he doesn't come back as Captain America. He lives a life with Peggy Carter, which didn't happen the first time.
Has the child, has Sherry Carter, that he later kisses. Well, in the previous.
No. I don't think that's her niece. No.
I don't know.
I don't know how it is in their family.
So that's how it is in the family.
But yeah, that's all screwed up. But again, they have no problems with that. But with Loki touching the Tesseract, going back, taking himself out, that's an issue.
That was strange to me because I still didn't understand, how does this work? You're a variant. You don't matter. I'm like, he's not a variant. He's still important to the timeline.
Right.
Because he's still there. You altered your timeline.
Right.
But I get what they're saying in a way, but I need no more clarification that I know I'm not going to get.
Having said that, the point that he gets to see his own death, I thought that was really interesting.
Not a hero's death. End of line.
Right. And like goes out with a
whimper.
not bang, but a whimper, right. So he sees that and I'm like, oh man, I'm fucked and I don't want to go back. So if that's the case, if we think it's another Loki, maybe that's what it is, that he's trying to prevent himself from going back to that timeline so he doesn't die. But he doesn't know that because they want this Loki to hunt for the other Loki. So you have Loki, like, to catch a killer, you need a killer to catch a killer.
That kind of, to me, is the idea behind the Raya timeline. With the Raya and the Last Dragon storyline, which you haven't
Yeah.
seen yet. But there's a switchback at the end. And you're
Okay.
Like, oh, okay. Not quite what we're talking about, but like that.
Right.
Because the thing is, we're following this various timeline, but it may not be the one we're supposed to be following, but it's the one they're showing you.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's the first episode. There's 6 hours of content, from what I understand.
Yeah, which, in fairness, WandaVision, the first couple episodes, like 20 minutes, half an hour. At least it gave us a full fucking hour.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, I'm just glad I have fresh content. And in the next year and a half or so, we're going to be getting so many freaking Disney Plus shows.
Right. So
Miss Marvel.
She-Hulk, Moon Knight.
It's
you
just
know.
going to be a lot. And again, they're paying for their rent. They're working their keep.
I know, but I'm also kind of pissed off, too, that, with, what's his name? Feige says that, the shows are not as important as the movies are. Well, I'm like,
He's going to get the money anyway.
I know. But it's like we're investing time, right? Just to kind of be not dismissive. I wish that it's like you're making this effort.
It's a strategic move. I think it's a chess move. The idea is this: you don't have to watch it, but telling you don't have to do something, it's a kind of reverse psychology because you want to. Because you order the minute you go back to the next movie, or with wherever Scarlet Witch shows up, and she's in a different costume, you're gonna go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but we didn't get that until WandaVision. So everything that was done prior, like Crossbones, when we see him in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
No. Captain and Winter Soldier. He's being taken away, and then next time we see him in Civil War, he's in full regalia as Crossbones. But there was a history of that character against Captain America that it was like short
But
change.
the thing is that there are a lot of moving parts. Paul Bettany recently said in an interview that he doesn't know when he's coming back to the MCU. They hasn't been signed because they don't know where to put him right now.
And considering he may not be the same Vision anyway.
Right, you can be white, whatever you want. I'm just here. But when you call me back, give me more money.
Yeah. I mean, literally, he got whitewashed.
Oh. But I'm proud of what they're doing. I hope it doesn't collapse. I don't think I'm going to lose interest again.
I think they're a good track record. They, even though I may like, I don't know where they're going, they still kind of rein it in and pull it in together.
The
at the
thing
end.
is that their merchandising juggernaut thing is still going. I could not believe that, like, weeks after I watched WandaVision, or months after I watched WandaVision, weeks after I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier, week or two before I watched Loki, the action figures are out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I want them all.
See, and that's the other thing too, is we talked about the outfit that he has is just like a regular
It's
suit.
an ordinary thing, but that's fine. There will be another. They recently released announced the Owen Wilson thing.
Right.
I'm just hoping we get an Agatha figure. That's all
Right.
I fucking want.
I want that too, exactly. Now
Yes,
I
but that's
I
for
will.
personal reasons. Go
Well, you know why? Because it was
What?
that too. No, because it was Agatha all along. But the thing that I thought it was kind of cool, but it's also kind of a dick move. But it's the Sam Wilson. Like, if you want his wings, you have to buy all the other characters.
That's fine. In my, I look, I buy action figures. I collect them actively. There was nothing else you could do with.
I know.
To keep it in the Disney Plus theme,
Right.
which that wave is closed
Mm-hmm.
within Disney Plus. We're not doing fucking Mr. Hyde. That's not connected to anything. It's like, why would you do that? Because we can.
Yeah.
But the wings, I don't know.
I know.
It's fair. Again, it's not as bad. You buy 6 figures for that. It's not as bad as the freaking Spider-Man Far From Home. No, Homecoming figure. Which
Yeah.
Buy 8 figures to get the Vulture's full wings.
Right.
That's crazy. But it's
Or make one of them be like not essential, but you still want them in the collection. I'm like, then why are you putting them in the collection? You know, there's no Build-A-Figure accessory in that. So,
but it's fine. I mean, again, you don't need it though.
no, you don't. He's fine with the regular new outfit and the shield. I'm good with that. So, surprising, I was enjoyed. What's his name? Owen Wilson's performance. I didn't get a wow out of
I
him.
usually don't like Owen Wilson, and I was like, yeah, okay. You tried to commit suicide years ago. Keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
But he was good, and I liked his kind of like, his repartee with Loki. It was kind of like on points with him. But I loved the little fact that, like, as Loki is trying to escape, we'll just rewind him. He keeps running back to the same point, and it was just,
It was a good premiere episode.
yeah,
Again, better I think than WandaVision. Better I certainly think that Falcon and Winter Soldier. Which is
Yeah.
like, what?
Well, I think each new series opening has done better than the previous one. So I think we're good.
But
on
the
this.
cool thing is that you have these. You just give us $6.99 a month or whatever it is.
Right, it's still a fucking bargain.
It's still a bargain, yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm ever going to rewatch these things unless, like, is Loki going to be in the next movie? Yeah, sure. Okay, rewatch Loki. You know what I mean? Because
Well-
there's no priority to it. It's not like, I really like that. Although the Agatha All Along episode is fun.
Yeah.
And I get Sparky, too.
Well, again, I didn't my geek out. If you ever come back on a regular basis to do the program,
Man, you're doing that in the afternoon. I'm sleeping. No,
you did it for Sandman. But which is another good series. Hopefully, we'll get into. But yeah, I'm looking forward to episode 2, and so forth. So
nothing else has been renewed, right? There's no WandaVision season 2?
no, definitely no WandaVision. I think she confirmed that the other day. So there is no season 2. I don't think it's necessary to do Captain and Winter Soldier.
So they're just one-shots.
I think these are just one shots.
But what a time. You got to eat steak. You got 3 months of work.
And during COVID,
You got a new costume, Sam. But I am curious when the next Avenger movie is coming out. Because this year we got what? We got Black Widow, which is a leftover movie. We got Shang-Chi. We got the Eternals. Then we got Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No Way Home, which is evidently not for Spider-Man, but for the villains.
Yeah.
Because they're going to evidently... Electro
Sinister
going to be
Six.
welcomed into the universe,
Right.
which is weird. And then Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and then the Ant-Man movie. But when's the next Avenger movie? And what will they look like?
I don't know, and that's the other thing.
These
too.
are not.
Because
no one is standing out.
There's no mention of Blade yet. No Fantastic Four. We haven't even talked about the X-Men. So Avengers, that's not going to be on anyone's playbook, especially since we got delayed a whole fucking year. So
It's not their fault.
2024.
They're just writers. Earn your checks.
It's like 2024, 2025 before we even hear anything new with the Avengers. We forgot to mention what's her name, Captain Marvel, but it's the Marvels.
They lost confidence in Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna throw Monica Rambeau in your show and the new
Captain
Marvel. And I heard
Miss Marvel.
rumors that you're not Mara Jade, but I want to be. I want Star Wars.
So,
don't jump right. You're not. You're good. You're good, but you're not.
Yeah. Although she was in the premieres, like, this is the airplane. This is the Quinjet that I used that hold up in the Endgame movie. I'm like,
I was just like, wow,
stop it, Brie. I love you, but stop it.
I think I saw her selling cars recently.
Yeah, but that's before. I mean, they all sell cars and shit.
In Japan.
So, but other than that, I'm eager to see how the MC is going to fare shape before the end of Phase 4 and then moving to Phase 5 and all that jazz. But yeah, I think it's fun. And so far, there's no slowdown for the Marvel machine. Whereas DC is just puttering around, jerking each other off or something. No fucking
I know
plan.
you're a DC fan. And you're just
The
suffering badly.
Justice League by Zack
Here, let me
Snyder
step on your neck.
was the best moment of being a fan that has
And
been
yet it wasn't in
justified.
the major motion theaters. It was just HBO Max,
It's all right.
4-hour thing.
That's all right.
And you watched the black and white version of that, and it was like,
Yeah.
this is kind of better or different.
It's better than watching a black and white movie that you think is just, oh, they just turned up the color. No, it's different. So it's a different thing. But we'll talk about that down the road. Because, again, we got a lot of shit to catch up on anyway. So, and it's already fucking late. And this is now going on, what? This portion's over an hour, and then we did 40 minutes, so it's almost an hour, 45 minutes.
I don't sleep.
I know you don't, but this is past my fucking bedtime, man. Usually I pass out like at 10 o'clock at night.
I've been drinking pretty.
Yeah. Jasper. All right, so I think we're good for right now. So, any final thoughts? Anything we want to plan? Well, we want to definitely go to the movies to see Black Widow. So that's definitely
well. Everyone, just thank you for being patient with us. You're amazing. Please take care of each other. Take care of your families. It's a rough time. We're still not out of it yet. Get vaccinated.
Yeah, fuckers. You want to get back to normal? Do your fucking
Food
part.
prices are going to be expensive for a while. Stay together. Don't get angry. Just try to laugh.
Yeah. And of course, Misha, go to sleep now.
She's been asleep. She'll have to
I know, she was
rewind
been
this
asleep, so-
and listen to this
Yeah.
again tomorrow. But she does this. She's very good. She's a good fan.
Yeah, she's our only fan.
But Misha, I swear, because Jasmine's asleep in my room a lot lately, I'm using your ionizer. It is very nice. Thank you so much. Because the cat hair, the dander.
Yeah, I know. And I think that's what is causing my my allergies.
I'm sorry.
No, because usually I have my allergy pills at night. And it's 11:30. I haven't taken it yet, so that's what's going on.
Oh no, Cinderella, your glass slipper.
I have
what
an
will
half
you
an
do?
hour. Half an hour. Chris Pine is trying to fuck me. What?
Wow.
That's a different movie.
Well, you went to what is
But he was in
Into the Woods? Yeah, he was.
Yeah. But I didn't see that. I don't care. Whatever.
It's a Disney. It's right.
No,
there.
I know the whole live action shit. I'm like, don't get me started.
Meryl Streep is amazing in that.
No, whatever. All right. So that's going to be the end of today's podcast. Remember, you want to have any kind of comments or concerns or questions you want to post to us, you can always email us at monsterscifishow@gmail.com. You can follow me on the various social networks. So that's it, folks. We're done for tonight. So thank you for listening to us, Mr. Gene and I, on the Monster Sci-Fi Show. It's sci-fi
from a
certain-
point of. Oh wow, you changed that. Well,
No, it's from a certain point of view.
it's sci-fi
From a certain
Oh,
point
you're
of
right.
view.
Shut up.
It's always been sci-fi.
Who did it again?
No, we're leaving. But it's sci-fi from a certain point of view. Good night.
That was for you.
Welcome to Dr. Geek's Laboratory.
Hello everyone, Dr. Geek here with a shout out to all the scientists who worked tirelessly to bring a COVID-19 vaccine into reality. Let's face it, creating something of this magnitude is a miracle worthy of Dr. McCoy himself. And now, Dr. Geek needs you to do your part. Remember, each shot is one small step back to normal, one giant leap to putting the pandemic behind us. We can do this. For more information, visit vaccines.gov to find your nearest provider.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.